This is a presentation on project control. The purpose of project control is for the project manager to monitor the progress of the project. In order to do so, the estimated time to completion is one of the two forecasts that must be projected. The estimated time to completion tells us how efficiently the project is being run. In order to measure progress, we would use the earned value management method, which includes the metrics of earned value, cost variance, schedule variance, cost performance index, and schedule performance index. Here's the data that was provided. It only includes the first 2 weeks, so we must project out. The rate of performance is 50% for week 1 and 75% for week 2. Rate of performance is the ratio of actual work completed to the percentage of work planned to be completed. The planned value for week 1 is $7,000 and the actual cost is $8,000. For week 2, the planned value is $27,000 and the actual cost is $29,000. The planned value for the end of the project is $100,000. Here are the calculations used during this project. The earned value is calculated as the planned value times the rate of performance. For week 1, the earned value was calculated by multiplying $7,000 times 50% to get $3,500. The schedule performance index was calculated by taking the earned value for the week and dividing it by the planned value for that same week. In week 1, the earned value of $3,500 was divided by the planned value of $7,000 for week 1 to get 0.5 as the schedule performance index. The schedule performance index for week 2 was 0.75. The cost performance index was calculated by taking the earned value for the week and dividing it by the actual cost for the same week. The CPI for week 1 was 0.44 by dividing $3,500 by $8,000. The CPI for week 2 was 0.7. These calculations are used to determine whether the project time and cost will be overrun. The estimated time to completion is calculated by dividing original time to complete by the cost performance index. Finally, the estimated completion is calculated by taking the budget at completion, which is $100,000, and dividing it by the schedule performance index. Once these calculations are complete for weeks 1 and 2, we establish planned values and actual costs for weeks 3 through 9, as well as weeks 11 through 13. We assume the values will increase at a steady rate over the weeks and adjust accordingly. Using all of these calculations assists the project manager in determining the cost and length of the overall project. It helps the project manager to monitor the progress of the project and more accurately project the completion. Additional calculations not shown in the Excel worksheet on the previous slide include cost variance and the schedule variance for the project during weeks 1 and 2. As you can see, both variance for both weeks are negative. Since the cost variance was negative, it means that the project is costing more to do than it was originally planned. And since the schedule variance is also negative, it means that it took longer than planned to perform the task of the project. Overall, this project will cost more and take more time to complete than originally expected. As you can see here, the planned values, actual costs, and earned values are plotted for each week of the project. The graph shows that the project will finish behind schedule and over budget. The project is expected to be completed in 13 weeks instead of the estimated 10 weeks, as well as costing $143,210 instead of the estimated $100,000. By using project control, the project manager can monitor the progress of the project through various calculations. The earned value calculation allows us to see the value of work completed to date. The cost and schedule variance calculations allow us to determine whether the project will cost more and take longer to complete than originally expected. The cost performance index and the schedule performance index allows us to measure project cost and time overruns. The project manager is also able to determine how long the project will take to complete using the estimated time to completion calculation. By using these calculations, project control is an efficient mechanism for ensuring project completion and assessing risk within the project so they may be addressed prior to completion.